Alright. So one last thing we need to do, well, two last things, technically. We need to... Actually, three, because we need to check on my final setup. We need to check and see if Ashley says anything new to female shepherd, because I know she says something new if you're male shepherd. But I don't know if she says anything new for female shepherd, because I've never gotten this far in the game with female shepherd before. So, So we'll check on Ashley and Liara, see if they have anything new to say, because I think Rex, Garrus, and Tally are done for the game. Especially since Garrus has talked about thanking me the last 3 times that I've been there. I don't need to sell anything, so that's good. I'll just check out my final setup. There isn't too much that's changed, really. I think I only changed a couple of minor upgrades, because really, what we have is perfectly, like what we had on Vermeer is going to be perfectly fine for the end of the game. So... I still haven't really switched from those tungsten and shredder rounds, even though they're only level 7. They're just too good, man. They work exactly against who I want them to work against, so it's like, why the hell switch, you know? Yeah, it looks like the captain got off the ship. Alright. Okay, so, final setup going on here, and that's what we're going to look for. I didn't find any new Omni tools. I probably could have gone to the Hanar Emporium receptionist up there on the Presidium, and he would have had something for me, but... Nah, it's alright. That's where I found my other Omni tool, I think, if I didn't find it at Morland's famous shop. I know I didn't find it from Expat, which is the Vola's shop, but he had grenade upgrades for me, so it wasn't really a big deal. Anyway, final setup going on. Why don't we do squad before we do equipment, just so you can see what I ended up with Shepard's points. Master throw, advanced lift, master barrier. Regular old stasis, because I think stasis is cheap, so I don't bother with it most of the time. Master decryption. Have I ever used stasis? I think I used it once against the Krogan on Therum, and it didn't even hit the Krogan. It hit the Geth behind him. But master decryption, master electronics. I probably could have leveled these further if I really cared, but like increased tech explosion damage and increased shield capacity. But it's okay. My shields are fine how they are with the Colossus armor. I'm basically... Unless I do something really stupid, I doubt I'm going to die again in the game anyway. Although I think I've only died once. Kind of makes me wish I unlocked hardcore difficulty, but that required playing through the game again, and I wouldn't have wanted to do a playthrough at this point if I'd played through the game again. Advanced first aid, because I don't really need it to restore more health when I have medicine, which improves recharge time on healing, so if I really need the Medigel, I'll just use another one. And a couple of my crew members have master first aid anyway. So I'm not worried about it. Advanced Neural Shock. I probably didn't need to get Advanced Neural Shock because the normal one was doing just fine, but I figured I'd decrease the cooldown time on first aid just in case we needed it. But yeah, Neural Shock, I'll be honest with you, just now that we're coming close to the end of the game, Neural Shock is probably my favorite power this playthrough. It's so good in this game, and I'm willing to try it now in the next game, because I mean, you unlock it in the next game. It's not a regular power, it's a bonus power, and I'll talk about that when we get there, but it's not something I get standard in the next game. But I'm willing to give it a shot now, because it's actually really good, and apparently it gets better in Mass Effect 2. I don't know if that's entirely true, or if the forums were lying to me, but I don't know. It's pretty good. It might not be that great for the Sentinel, because a lot of people were saying, oh, on Infiltrator, you should definitely use Neural Shock, because it gives you a bunch of, like crowd control abilities. You can take an enemy out of the fight, and then you can just snipe the rest of them. But yeah, with the Sentinel, it might not be as good, but we'll see when we get to that point. Got Bastion to give me some extra biotic cooldown, recharge stuff, and barrier specialization. Didn't go to station specialization because I didn't need the extra cooldown time. I have a good enough biotic amp for that, so I'm not really worried. And I don't use stasis, so there's no point. Mastered Charm for some extra cost reduction on the shops. Had 2 in Intimidate. I think I got 1 for being a Spectre and then 1 for getting maxing my Paragon score, or getting my Paragon to 75% or something like that. I didn't invest this. That's the point. And then we have Master Unity, which is really good. I wasn't planning on getting it, but it's there. So there's that. The rest of the squad, I can't really show you their squad points, but they've all mastered their own, good stuff in their own right. Didn't get to hack an armature with Tally yet, though, so we'll have to think about that. That's insanely hilarious when that happens, when you hack an armature. But, yeah, not doing that yet. For armor... Stuck with the same stuff we've had since Bring Down the Sky. Colossus armor from Casa Fabrication. I like Rosenkov, but Casa just makes the best damn armor in the galaxy, essentially. Got a medical exoskeleton for reduced power cooldown and health regen, which Sentinel doesn't get naturally, and energized weave because the Colossus armor gives me enough damage protection anyway, to where I'd rather have the tech and biotic protection up. And my shields, I don't need more of them, because if they drain, I can just use barrier, and with barrier specialization, I can then get my shields back even quicker. So it's not really a big deal that I don't have a lot of shields. Usually I like having about 400 shields, but it's not like this is insanity difficulty, so I don't have to worry about that too much. Got her the HMW weapons. The only ones I really bothered with are the HMW shotgun, which I've only used slightly. Got sledgehammer rounds, frictionless materials, combat optics on it. And the HMW pistol, which is now a level 10 weapon. I got a combat optics 10 in the last mission, so I put that on there. I could probably put one for accuracy, but that's okay. And Inferno rounds, because those are my go-to ammo for this part of the game, now that polonium rounds aren't as good. I haven't gotten any new ones in the longest time. I guess sledgehammer rounds are kind of the replacement for those. HMW sniper rifle with nothing. Grenade with high explosive, because that's the only kind of grenade you should get. Polaris Omni tool from Casa, because it's the best one that I got. And Commander Rentola's shop actually had the Savant 10 in stock. So I decided to get that for Shepard, because it was a slight increase from the Savant 9. I handed the Savant 9 down to another squad member, as you'll see very shortly. Now for the squad. There we go. Liara is basically the same as she's always been since I got the Colossus armor. She's got the Predator L8 with a bunch of ablative coatings, so they give her damage protection. HMW pistol hasn't really changed at all. Blue wire tool, because I don't use electronics with her. I gave her the Prodigy 10, which I also got in the mission on Vermeer, because I figured it's from the Armali Council. It's an Asari group that makes that stuff, so I figured she'd probably be the one who'd want to use that. And so that you obviously know then who I handed down the Savant 9 to from here. And that's about it for Liara. Tally's basically the same as she's always been. I think I made a couple of little changes and upgrades to give her better combat optics. She has her Colossus armor, which, again, still can't believe I got that for her. Gave her shield interface and energized weave, because energized weave is just really damn good. HMW shotgun with tungsten rounds, right? Yeah. For synthetic damage. HMW pistol 10, even though I don't know if she's going to need to use it too much, with combat optics 9 tungsten rounds for synthetic damage. Logic arrest tool 9, because Ariok Technologies makes good Omni tools. I have the Polaris, but this is probably the next best thing. The best Omni tools in the game, since it doesn't look like I'm going to get any of them, are the Nexus Omni tools, which are basically like the Savant Omni biotic amps, except Omni tools. But I don't think I'm going to get one of those. So just keep an eye out for them. If you get them on your file, definitely give them to any of your tech specialists. Start with Tally or yourself if you have electronic specialization, and go from there. But I'm sure I don't need to tell anybody that, because this game is 7 years old at this point. It's kind of weird to imagine that, but anyway. For Rex, I looked at the Colossus armor that I got for him last time, and it was pretty good, but it didn't have as much tech and biotic protection as his Battlemaster armor does, which is kind of surprising, because usually heavy armor doesn't have as much tech and biotic protection. But it had more shields, but not real concerned with that. I gave him a shield thing anyway. But I actually got a combat exoskeleton, a couple of them in the last mission. And as you can see, it gives him 30% resistance to biotic and tech attacks and 70% physics threshold, which means he basically, if I'm reading that right, he might be immune to throw and lift, and he will have hardening against stuff like warp and all that. He gets smash damage, which I don't think he's really going to use, but since I'm going to have him equipped with a shotgun, he might want to use something like that, And then a shield interface, because, well, he doesn't need the damage protection, he needs the shields, really. Really, he could have just used an ablative coating, and then it wouldn't have mattered. But he has immunity, and he has barrier, so I was just like, whatever. It didn't really matter. Like I said, finally got him an HMW assault rifle, shredder rounds on it, and stabilizer and scram rail. HMW shotgun 10, scram rail, frictionless materials, inferno rounds. I could probably have gotten him sledgehammer rounds, but he knocks people over with that thing enough anyway, so it's not really a big deal. And like I said before, handed him the Savant 9. Excuse me. I suppose this doesn't matter too much because I think the Ceres Council is... Let's look. Hang on. Can I? I can't look. Alright. Because I don't have another buy at a camp. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, the Ceres Council stuff might be Asari as well, so it doesn't really make too much sense that I gave that to Liara. But you get my point. I gave him Savant 9 because, well, spoiler alert, I'm going to be taking Rex with me for the final mission coming up here. So that's how that's going to go. Garrus is still Space Batman. He has protection from basically added protection from everything because of ablative coating and energized weave. HMW assault rifle with tungsten rounds and combat optics. HMW sniper rifle 10 with combat optics and sledgehammer rounds because I didn't really have anything else that I could put on there. Like I said before, I could put high explosives, but his DPS with it wasn't good enough. And with this, excuse me, Jesus, I'm talking too much. And with this, he has really high accuracy, and he can take 2 full shots before overheating, which means he can technically take 3, because unless he, like, trigger fingers that thing, like, really, really quick, and immediately after it was done firing the first round, he fired the second round, it's not going to overheat on him before he gets 3 shots off, which is fantastic. Gave him the logic arrest tool. It's the same one he had before, and that's about it for Garrus. Caden is absent, so we can't really have him doing anything. And finally, the Chief. Ashley Williams. Not the chief that you're thinking of, I'm sure, but this chief. Colossus 7 armor, because I didn't get any better Colossus armor for her, and this is just the best armor she could have in the game anyway. Energized weave and shield interface, because she doesn't need any more damage protection. I think she has about as much, if not more, than Rex does, so it's not really a big deal. HW assault rifle. I still have the cryo rounds on her. I don't think I ever explained this because the snowblind rounds actually reduce her DPS because it reduces the firing rate of whatever weapon you put it on. So it's not bad for something like a shotgun or a sniper rifle. Probably a sniper rifle they're best for because they reduce accuracy, they bypass shields, and you know it doesn't matter that they're firing slower because it's a sniper rifle. You're going to go back into cover anyway as soon as you use the sniper rifle, so it's not a big deal. But I kept the cryo rounds because I'm still convinced that they do what I said they did, which is each time you shoot them, it has a chance of snap freezing the enemy. And if you're shooting 77 shots at them, one of those is bound to snap freeze them, you know. She still has Armageddon shotgun because, I don't know, just felt like it. I guess I didn't get her the HMW shotgun, but that's okay. I got her HMW pistol, even though she's not going to use it. And HMW sniper rifle 7, because that's how that goes. So I think we're all set. I'm pretty sure that's all we needed to do in terms of that. Let's check if Ashley has anything new to say. I don't know if she does, but she does with male shepherd, so let's see. I don't know that for sure because this is the first file where I've actually saved Ashley on Vermeer, because when I played as male shepherd, I saved Caden, but yeah. Let's see if she has anything new to say.
Commander?
She didn't say she had anything new to say before. We already know what her opinion is on the last mission. Let's see if she has anything else to say here.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
I should get back to my duty, Skipper. Rifles don't maintain themselves. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, I kind of figured she didn't say anything, but yeah,
Dismissed,
it's fine.
Chief.
Ma'am?
She has a little moment with male shepherd where she's like, there's a reason for everything that happens, and you're here because you had to be, and blah, 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 but apparently she doesn't say that to female shepherd. She's probably still thinking about the things I said about Caden's, losing Caden and doing better by him and all that stuff. I suppose we already had our little moment, but, you know, whatever. Well, this elevator's going up. I'm going to blow my nose real quick. Hold on a second. Okay. Finished it just in time. It's not that I'm getting sick, I don't think, because I don't feel sick, but it's just that we got a new space heater, and it doesn't really make this place any... It makes it warmer in here, sure, but not too much warmer. So. Anyway, Liara, I think I might have missed one line of dialogue with you, so you might actually talk about it now, but you also might not, because you might not after we've gone to Vermeer. So, let's see.
This will all be over soon, Shepard. One way or another.
Yes, it will. Oh. Okay, I figured she was going to say more than just that, but...
This will all be over soon, Shepard.
Okay, yeah, that's all she's going to say. Alright.
Stealing an Alliance ship? Risky stuff. But I'm right behind you, Shepard. It's the least I can do.
Everyone else thinks I'm crazy.
Sometimes crazy is the best way to go. I just hope they don't catch us before we get our hands on Saren.
They won't.
With you, anything's possible.
I can't believe we stole the Normandy. After everything you told me, it seems a bit extreme, don't you think?
Stealing the Normandy's a trivial risk compared to the threat of Saren.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. If you're wrong, we'll pay for it. But if you're right and we did nothing, I think we'd regret it a whole lot more. I just hope we can catch Saren before they realize we're missing.
We'll catch him. Just be ready when we do.
Yes, Commander.
We're fugitives on the run. Very exciting, Shepard. I wonder what the Council would do to us if we got caught.
The Normandy's the best ship in the fleet. They'll never catch us.
I hope you're right.
So that means that's all taken care of in terms of her crew members. We're done with all of their conversations, and it doesn't matter how many times I circle around. I was looking to see if there was a Codex entry for the sleeper pods there, because I could have sworn there was one over there, but that might be not in this game. That might be in the second game. But all the crew conversation is done. Kind of cryptic that Liara only gave me that little one-liner there, but then again, the last time we were here, she was the one that I was doing a romance thing with, so she had a lot more to say, obviously, on my male Shepard file. But for right now, we're playing as Vanessa, so we need to finish up these Codex entries because, hell, I mean, they're almost done. Nothing in the primary, right? Yeah, just secondary stuff, which is in Humanity in the Systems Alliance. What we got here? We did that one, right? Yeah, we did this one already. So that means we just need to find... Oh, just a thing on terra firma. Alright. Fine, Saraceno gets the last laugh after all. Damn you, Saraceno! Anyway. Terra firma is an alliance political party formed after the First Contact War. Its policy agenda is based on the principle that Earth must stand firm against alien influences. This covers a variety of legislation. Recent activities by terra firma include opposition to a law requiring high school alien language study. Well, that's just dumb. Glad I didn't tell him that I would support him in any way. A proposal to increase tariffs on alien imports, also dumb. And leading a popular movement to mark the First Contact War with a public holiday. Well, I mean, Ashley kind of agrees with that because of her family having an obligation to remember it. But still, doesn't make up for the rest of the stuff that they're doing. Though founded by well-meaning individuals who feared the submersion of native human cultures under a wave of alien vogue, terra firma's agenda attracts many jingoists and xenophobes. No surprise there. But they will not succeed because they will not have my help in succeeding, so yeah. Sorry, Saraceno, but you're going to have to do better than that if you need the help of a Spectre. Alright, so we're all set, ready to go. We're out in the system. We shouldn't waste any more time. The Council's probably already sending ships after us. So that means we should head to the Mu Relay and get to Ilos if we're going to go there. Now, if you had a romance at this point, who is still alive, obviously, you would share a little moment with them before you headed to Ilos. I don't, though, because, well, like I said before, Kaiden's dead, so I guess we'll just go to Ilos then. I'm such a dick. I'm sorry. Of course, if you have been to the channel previously and you know how I operate in terms of telling stories and all of that stuff, you probably already knew how Kaiden was going to end. But, yeah. I'm still a dick to Vanessa for doing that to her, but I mean, that's how it happens, so nothing I can do about it. But the last place that has unlocked on our map now, we still haven't gotten to the Perseus Vale. Maybe there'd be like a bonus mission out here with a Geth super boss or something, but no, this isn't a classic RPG as much as it makes me feel like it is sometimes. We have to go out to the Pangea Expanse, which is pretty damn close to the 5 kiloparsec ring, if not inside of the 5 kiloparsec ring, but it looks like it's a little farther out than Hawking Edda, because Ilos is over here past the Mu Relay. So that is where we are going, to the refuge system. Wonder who decided to name it that. Considering, nobody goes through the Mu Relay anymore, it's kind of strange to see this is even named. You'd think that it would just be like triple question mark or something, but whatever. I guess they knew where it was, so they would map it and name it, but whatever. Let's go there before the council catches us. I think we get another scene for the Mu relay here in a second. No, I guess we don't. I guess it just boots right up at Ilos because I don't have a romance going right now. That kind of sucks. Oh well. We are here in the refuge system. Let's explore around. I don't think there's going to be any materials to look at, but nobody's been past the Mu relay in a long-ass time, so might as well have a look. Actually, no, I think we get the Mu relay scene when we go to Ilos. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure. But let's explore the rest of the system first. Starting with Agitaton. Has a pressure cooker atmosphere composed of carbon dioxide and ethane. Its scorching hot surface is mainly composed of sulfur with deposits of gold. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Surface gravity is comfortable at 1.0 standard Gs. Exactly what Earth is, I think. There are several areas of debris that may be the wreckage of downed Prothean aerostat colonies. Based on the size of the debris fields, a population of over 100,000 was likely. Wow. It's kind of crazy, especially since this looks like a pressure cooker, you know, and it says it has a pressure cooker atmosphere. It looks like a Venus-like runaway greenhouse thing, but the Protheans apparently had a population there, quite a lot, so. Ilos is the second planet in the refuge system, so let's go out to the Zafe zone. That was terrible. I'm sorry, I'll never do that again. That's a lie and you know it. Zafe is a relatively small hydrogen and helium gas giant. There are several tenuous belts of debris in equatorial orbit. Spectral analysis of the material suggests artificial origin, perhaps the remains of stations that once mined Zafe for helium-3. So this was a whole Prothean system at one point. Like, they probably had a pretty large colony here. Especially if they were, the beacon on Eden Prime was sending a distress signal to Ilos. This might have been the main site of the Protheans' civilization at one point. All the way out here. It's kind of amazing, really, that they would develop within the 5 kiloparsec ring, but I mean, from harsh beginnings, you know, they conquered the galaxy. That's kind of crazy. Let's go here to Ilos. In the golden age of the Protheans, Ilos was a verdant world, dotted with the spires and arches of magnificent cities. Yeah, I can see that. Even casual observation shows this is no longer the case. Ilos has been devastated by means unknown. Its entire surface changed to the color of rust. Probably changed by the Reapers, and then subsequently the Rachni when they found the Mu relay, although I don't know if they went through it or not, but you know. The atmosphere shows heightened levels of oxygen. Wildfires, presumably ignited by lightning strike, can be seen burning on the dark side. This indicates that most, if not all, respirating animal life forms have died off. Surface gravity is a comfortable 1.17 standard Gs. Not bad, and surface temperature isn't too terrible either. I think that's in the 80s in Fahrenheit, which is fairly comfortable considering. I mean, it's a really nice little planet they had here until it all went to shit, but we gotta land there because apparently the conduit is here. And honestly, looking at the fact that the distress signal was going from Eden Prime to Ilos, the conduit might be the tracking signal for all distress beacons by the Protheans. That still doesn't explain what Sovereign wants with it, but I'm sure we'll find out once we land here on Ilos. There she is, the Mu relay. Take us in, Joker. Nice and easy. It's a pretty damn big mass relay, I'll say that much. Probably twice the size of the other ones. Of course, it leads out to a million gazillion different systems, so that's probably why it's so huge. So that's a lot of Geth ships. Activate the stealth system so they don't see us.
Commander? We've got company.
I can see
Have
that.
the sensors picked us up yet?
Well, stealth systems are engaged. Unless we get close enough for a visual, they won't have any idea we're here.
Picking up some strange readings from the planet's surface.
Take us down, Joker. Lock in on the coordinates.
Negative on that, Commander. The nearest landing zone's 2 clicks away.
We'll never make it in time on foot. Get us something closer.
There is nowhere closer. I've looked.
Crap.
Drop us in the Mako.
You need at least 100 meters of open terrain to pull off a drop like that. The most I can find near Saren is 20.
20 meters? No way we can make a drop in there.
We have to try.
Find another landing zone!
There is no other landing zone!
The descent angle's too steep.
It's our only option.
It's not an option, it's a suicide run. We don't...
I can do it.
Joker says he can do it, I believe him.
Joker,
I can do it.
gear up and head down to the Mako. Joker, drop us right on top of that bastard.
Probably isn't expecting us to drop right in on him, is he? Okay, so the final party that I'll be taking with me to Ilos is going to be Garrus and Rex. I think that's how I want the party to be. We'll see here in a minute. I did save it right after the Codex entries, so hopefully this is the correct party order. But it's nice and balanced. It'll take on the final aspects of the game really well. Sorry, Liara, I know you didn't get too much, do too much work probably in this whole game. I guess you were along for 2 major missions, Bring Down the Sky and Novaria, though, so you kind of made up for it in that way. But Rex is too good, man, and Garrus is a badass, so I'm gonna bring these 2 with me. That way the party's nice and balanced, like I said. But let's get out of here and see if we can't cut Saren off at the pass here on Ilos. Okay, I'm guessing that's the stealth systems that we're seeing there. Kind of cool to see the external view of it. Surprise, motherfucker!
You two, keep moving. Inside, now.
Whee! It's too bad he wasn't about 5 feet away. Ah, crap. Close the doors on us. Well, that's no good.
We have to get inside this bunker before Saren finds the conduit. There's no way we're getting past that door with brute force.
Saren found some way to open it. There must be some kind of security override somewhere in this complex.
We'll have to find some way to get it up and running again.
I guess that's what we're looking for, then. Now, let me make sure. Yeah, this is the correct party order. Alright, I just had to make sure that that was what we were going for. Okay, there's definitely Geth over there. Hang on. Garrus, you can level up a little bit. What do I want you to level up? Yeah, I don't need the first aid. What does this do? Extra shield capacity? Let's do that. He doesn't need anything else. And Rex, you have 1 point. What do I want? Oh yeah, I was gonna get Rex advanced overkill, but then I was like, you know what? He probably wants advanced throw a little bit more. It'll help him more in the long run than the other one will, because it gets him a better throw. And since this is mostly a powers-heavy playthrough anyway, I might as well stick with the concept there. We have another Codex entry. Where the hell am I gonna read these damn Codex entries at? Jesus, man. Okay, so this is the landing zone. This is the door that we need to open. And we need to head all the way back here, probably, in order to open it. There's an elevator there that we probably have to go through, and then this is also an elevator. We'll work our way back. Point is, we have a Geth Trooper to take care of, so, how do we do this? Why don't we, Garrus, you can do a basic overload and basically get rid of his entire shielding, can't you? And Rex, what do you have equipped? Do you have your assault rifle? Alright, that's fine. We'll get rid of that in a second. That shield's not going to help you, man. Go with a shotgun, Rex, because we're, this looks like a relatively close-ranged fight that we're going to be involved in here. So, what we got? Get rid of this shield first, so that way we can get rid of that shield. Then we can go after this guy. Why don't we lift them and damp them? Not that damping's really going to make too much of a difference because they don't have biotic powers. They might have tech powers because they are Geth. So I mean, hell, I don't know. I can see the Geth having those kinds of powers. What the hell is that? I don't know, but it's dead. Now what am I getting shot by? My own party members, apparently. Everybody get to cover! Except you, Rex. You're shotgunning the shit out of this shotgun, so you can do what you want. We got an armature over there. Okay, we got 2 armatures. That's not good. Overload, sabotage, and Rex switch to assault rifle. No, not that one. Why don't you warp? overkill, and I will also sabotage. One armature's getting awfully close. I hope he's not. I think he's the one that I sabotaged his shields for. It doesn't really matter now, does it? Let's sabotage you. I kind of want you to come here, but I don't think my lift is strong enough. Let's try throw. I don't think it'll work, but maybe both of us together will be able to do it. Well, that worked. Garrus, why don't you get rid of the last of the shields there? Rex, can you throw him again? Not really. Alright, fine. I will use the cover then. I'm trying to keep the other one at bay too, the one behind him, because the one behind him would probably not appreciate having his shields overloaded either. Or keeping his shields overloaded is what I meant. Okay, he's going to shoot me with an overload thingy. Let's do this. Garrus Adrenaline, burst your powers, because that'll be helpful. Yeah, nice. Very well done. Man, those armatures are a lot easier than I remember them being. Probably because this is, you know... We do have all this great gear now, so that probably helps. There we go. Can I get a Nexus? No, but I can get thermal armor, whatever the hell that is. I'm going to see what that is, actually. Another kinetic exoskeleton. Garrus? This is light armor, but what the hell does it look like? Oh my god! Macaroni and cheese. Let's not. Let's not. Which way am I going here? The elevator looks like it's blocked, so I don't think we're going to be going that way. We might be able to go down here and kill some more Geth. But there's the elevator. It's blocked, so can't do anything about that. There appears to be a Geth of some kind down here, though, so we should probably go take care of him. My DPS is not as good as I'd like it to be right now. The pistol's kind of weak against armatures, because they're armatures, but, like, man, I'm alright. Whee! It was a little unnecessary, but, you know.